I have like a Keurig machine at home, and I make it, drink it on the way, and then drink one here, and then drink one during the day, and then, you know, I'm immune
Just keep
to
it going.
Keep
All right, we're up.
Great. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I am here in dressing room number 2. How exciting. With Oliver Stark. You like that?
I did. I appreciate it.
We were just talking about how sometimes people don't pronounce the K.
Or more that I don't because of my accent.
What accent?
I have a slight accent.
Slight accent.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on season 2 of 911 getting picked up after just 2 episodes. That's a big deal.
It's a huge deal, and it feels incredible, really.
Yeah.
I don't know if I certainly wasn't expecting it. I don't know if other people.
Well, I think it's a great accomplishment. You know, the faster the better.
And it's a big, show of faith from the
So,
network.
for our viewers who haven't started to watch the show, which you should, fill us in, catch us up to date, tell us about your firefighter character.
Sure. So the show is called 911, and it's a first responder drama, so it covers firefighters, cops, and 911 dispatchers, who are really the first responders because they're people on the phone, obviously. So we've had 2 episodes, and we've kind of introduced everybody and seen the kind of crazy crews that they go on, including babies, newborn babies being flushed down toilets, people being strangled by snakes, people falling off roller coasters, and every call in the show is from a real 911 call.
That's what's so disturbing is what you just described. This actually happened in real life.
I think it has to be grounded in that truth, because if it wasn't, people would be saying, as some people that don't realize that it is from real situations, they're saying, no, that's too crazy, that would never happen,
Right.
that couldn't happen. But it has all happened. So yeah, as you said, it just makes it really scary.
So you play a firefighter.
Play a firefighter.
What's your name on the show?
Buck, or Evan Buckley, but
Evan
he goes
Buckley.
by Buck.
Okay, well, your character, you said, is a bit of the rookie, right? When it comes to the rest of the firefighting crew.
Absolutely, yeah.
But you do a huge amount of growing up within just 2 episodes.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So in the first episode, he's a little too gung-ho, a little too confident, a little bit. He's enjoying the job too much, I think.
The uniform.
He's enjoying
and how
the
women
perks
like a man in
that
a
maybe
uniform.
come with the uniform.
Yes.
But early on in the second episode, something happens on the roller coaster, and things don't necessarily go his way, and he realizes the kind of responsibility and the importance of the job, and it kind of throws him through a whole nother loop. So he starts to grow up very quickly, which is a nice thing to do as an actor.
Do you know where the rest of the season's going, or is it?
No idea.
Oh, okay. So it's one of those. So it's always exciting.
We are, so we're currently shooting our 6th episode. So we're under like a real time pressure because, so episode 3 airs tonight. We've finished episode 4, we've finished episode 5. Then it's going to be episode 6, which we're shooting at the moment. But yeah, I don't know where it goes.
That's always exciting. We had Angela Bassett. Was it last week or the week before?
Yeah, 2 weeks
I
ago,
don't remember.
I think.
Everything's blended into one giant week. But she came in, and it must. Do you get to work with her one-on-one?
Especially in the pilot episode. Actually, in some moments in the second episode, our characters kind of clash.
Oh.
She takes her job very seriously, and as I said, my character doesn't so much at the beginning. So I got to stand there and have Angela Bassett scream in my face and
That's intimidating.
tell me about myself. It was intimidating, but it was also kind of glorious.
Yeah.
Like to just sit there and just watch her and be like, oh, it's my line? Oh, okay. It was amazing.
Well, you're like, I've made it. I have Angela Bassett
That's exactly how I
screaming
felt
at
in that
me.
moment.
Yeah,
I just want to be told off by Angela Bassett.
Yeah. All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself. You grew up in London. Actually grew up in London.
Actually, in North London. Yeah.
And then you moved out here to pursue the career of acting and...
Yeah, so I came out here for the first time in January 2014. Didn't have a very good time of it. Hardly had any auditions. Definitely didn't get any jobs.
Did you just picked up and moved, or?
I came for 3 months. So I had a manager out here because I'd been working at home for a couple of years. So yeah, I came out expecting the world and got nowhere. So I went home, which is how it
Rude
goes.
awakening.
Absolutely.
Were you just your confidence was shot and?
It's a hard thing to have to go home after that and go to your family and be like, yeah, I went and.
Were they not supportive
happened.
of you moving?
No, they were. But the 3 months cost a good amount of money, so I spent all the money I had, and nothing came of it. So you kind of have to pick up your heels and drag them back home and be like, yeah, no.
Do you have did you have at the time a plan B, or did you just decide you were going to stick with it?
At that moment, I didn't have plan B. No. So I went home, and then I did a movie back home, which gave me enough money to come back out here and try again, which I did. And that time around, I was lucky enough to get on a show on AMC called Into the Badlands, which I did for 2 seasons. And that kind of inched me up the ladder, and then that brought me to 911.
It's always difficult when you're starting out in this business that you're in. It's competitive. You know, there are so many letdowns.
For sure, which are important, I think, because
builds character.
Well, yeah, if you don't struggle a little bit, you don't appreciate it.
That's for sure. I think in anything, though, right? If you don't know how difficult it was to get to where you are, you don't appreciate where you are in any field, really.
And it never feels like that at the time. Like,
yes.
people would always say to me, enjoy the struggle, and I'd be like, what are you talking about? This is horrible. I can't afford dinner. But now I look back and I think about, more difficult times, which even before this job, I hadn't worked for a little while. And looking back on, you go, oh yeah, no, that was important to bringing me to where I am now.
Well, hopefully from this point on, things just are much more of a smoother ride for you.
Let's touch the word. So we'll see. I've learned to have zero expectation with that, and
just go with the flow.
Yeah, take it.
What do you do for fun?
Absolutely nothing. No. I mean, right now, fun. What is this? Tell me of this.
You try to get some sleep.
I like to kind of get out and enjoy it. I'm quite a nature person, so I like to go on hikes. I like to go kind of a little further up north and just get away from the city, really.
Right.
Because once I'm in the city, and especially when we're working, there's not really time.
Right. No, I understand.
We work kind of crazy hours on this show, which is great, and I'm very grateful for, but it leaves a little time for anything else.
How often do you go back home? Your family's still in England?
Everyone is still back in London, I haven't been back, it's been over a year.
Oh, wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, we actually met in New York last summer, so we met in the middle. So that was nice, just for a week. And then in April, we're going to go to San Francisco together. So and FaceTime makes things a lot easier. This was my first Christmas not going home.
Oh, that's hard.
So yeah, I think they struggled with that. But yeah, I checked.
They struggled with that.
No.
I was fine.
If you're watching, Mom, I'm very sorry. I was gonna surprise them, but I left it too late, and I checked the flights, and they'd gone way up in price. And I was like, FaceTime's great.
Yeah.
Skype has really changed
when you're
everything.
You paid $3,000 for a ticket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, hopefully you'll have a great time in April, which will be here before you know it. It's around the corner. The year will fly, right? Yeah. So aside from 911, anything else you hope to pursue? What are you working on otherwise?
No, at the moment it's just 911. We're right in the thick of it, and we've still got a few months left of filming. So finish this, and then it depends on how long the break is before we start our second season.
What do you want to do aside from doing TV? Is there a particular genre, or is there something else you want to pursue?
For me, the dream of the dream of any actor, I don't know, my personal choice, I'd love to be settled on a TV show like 911, and then in a hiatus maybe go and do some really cool indie movies or something, and be able to have the safety of 911 there, and then commit to doing some smaller, and who knows how they're going to turn out projects.
Yeah, that is a dream of any actor.
It is?
Be able to, I think so, to be able to pursue those types of things. Yes. Because as you know, I'm also an actor. No, I think when you're able to on the side pursue those passions, but when you have a steady, stable.
Sure, and don't get me wrong, like 911, I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah,
it's a huge
I get
passion,
it.
But just a different change of pace, I guess.
Totally.
So yeah.
What's on your? Sorry, I got distracted. What's on your arm?
Oh, it's one of my markings.
What is it?
Oh,
Well, it's there.
It's one of the biggest regrets of my life. That's what it is.
Is it really?
No, I go in phases with this one. I have 11.
Well, what is it? I can't tell. It says what?
You can't read it. Shocking. No, I'm joking. Okay, try. Don't do it. Don't do it yourself. It's a Michelangelo quote, actually. It says, I saw the angel in the marble. I don't know why I'm reading it. I know what it says. I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set him free. Which I got when I was 19.
That's a beautiful quote.
Thank you.
Now you regret it.
Do you know what? I regretted it. I was 19. I broke my kneecaps. I've been on crutches for 7 months, so I barely left the house. I left the house on the first day. I was like, I'm gonna go get this tattoo.
That's the first thing you did when you left the house?
Got to about here, and I started going, well, this is big. Do I want this? But once it started.
Well, you have another? or is that just
I have some lines. I have some lines here. They mean, they don't really mean anything. I have one here which is covered because of the show. We cover that one.
Oh, what do you mean? It's makeup?
Yeah, it's covered by makeup. Yeah, because we worked yesterday and I didn't take the makeup off. I have one here, one here, one here. One.
You have a lot of tattoos.
11, maybe 12. 11 or 12.
And they all mean something?
Unfortunately not, they should.
Okay, so that's the
But that's why most of them are regrets, because I'm like, yeah, that would be cool, I get that. Then the next day I'm like,
when's number 12?
In my head right now, there's no number 12 coming.
911.
Yeah, just here on my forehead.
right on your
just
forehead.
Just in case people don't realize where they know me from.
Okay, maybe hold off on that.
You think? Okay,
yeah.
I'll tell you first.
Your show airs the day and time.
Wednesdays, 9 p.m.,
Wednesdays
8
at 9
Central on Fox.
Excellent. Okay, so you're coming up on Good Day L.A. at 9:20.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where people can catch more of you. Thank you so much for making the time for us this morning.
Thank you very much.
You can drink your coffee in peace now.
I will do my best. Thank you.